Hey everybody, it's been a while since I did a Warthunder video. I just reached a milestone in Warthunder in that I have played the game every day for a year and got absolutely nothing for it. Um, I play the Americans mostly, um, uh, but as you can see, I've researched most of the American tree with the exception of two vehicles. The one they call the Starship, the little M60 that fires the guided missiles, and the M13 with the Gatling guns that I'm working on now. I haven't paid for two of them, but I will eventually. Um, but the tier I always come back to. Now, like when you play high tier, you've got to play high tier to get the modifications in high tier. I just hate high tier. The tier I like the most, battle rating 3.7. And the American 3.7, the Russian 3.7, even the German 3.7 are totally awesome. They're the classic World War II tanks. My lineup for 3.7 American is, of course, the Chafee for my light tank. The M4, which is my all-time favorite. I just love the early M4. We have the M4A1. Which usually in a normal battle I'll take out first. They've got great rounds. They've got the explosive M61s, which do the business as long as you're not up tiering. Yeah, you can't do anything against a jumbo or for most parts of the KV1. There are weaknesses in the KV1, but then for some reason I have this in my lineup, a tank I hardly ever play. I hate this tank. I was so glad to get away from it after I got all the modifications for it. It's the M4A3, and it's got the 105 howitzer in the front. I don't like it. Another tank I love is this nippy little beast here. This is actually the Canadian premium version of the M5A1. Very fast. It's got a little punch, 37 millimeter. For working within its battle rating, it can do a little bit. And this guy's a workhorse, a great tank to have in your lineup, the M10. Disadvantage: open top, you're susceptible to air attacks, really slow turret rotation. And another tank I play with sometimes, this is a T-18 armored car. As long as you're not up tiered, this little 57 millimeter gun is actually kind of cool. Does damage, it's quick loading, it gives you a little punch. But I just wanted to show you an M24 play game I had the other day using the Warhammer replay tool, just to show how cool these little M24s can be. This is a favorite map of mine. As long as you're not up tiered facing like jumbos. I hate jumbos when I'm playing 3.7 when I get up tiered, because unless you get them in the side, there's nothing you can do. KV1s, there's a couple tricks to KV1s that sometimes you can get. Here's me having a little crash bang with that Panzer IV. Sorry about that, my bad. We're all heading out to C, which is the nearest of victory points. That Cromwell up ahead, that British Cromwell. Cromwells are awesome. Really fast. On the guns, they're alright. Not the best. But if you ever have to back away from someone, the Cromwell is a silly tank. It's got like a 1 mile an hour backup speed. That's its big weakness in my book. We're waiting to cap the point, lining up. Now the Cromwell's going to get ahead of me. I'm fast, but not Cromwell silly fast. Something a little funny happens here, and then Cromwell will hit a rock and come to a complete stop. And I'll bang into him and actually push him up over the rock. We're heading up to A. A is where people go to die on this map. It's one of the most fought over points. I can already see there's an enemy M24 sitting up there trying to cap the points. I'm going to try to get on this flank, but my buddy in the Cromwell is already taken care of. So I'm going to post myself up on the other side of the Cromwell, and I am going to watch left, hoping that the Cromwell's going to watch front. So I'm watching left, and you'll see a German Puma come up and nails me. Takes out some of my crew and knocks out my breech. I hit him and just basically dent his mantlet. Pumas are actually very, very good, very quick, very hard to kill because they're so big. So I hide over here, and I need to repair. As you can see by the diagram down at the bottom of the screen, I've lost 3 crewmen. My cannon breech is gone. I need to get a new crewman, do some repairs. The whole time I'm sweating it, hoping they don't crochet, because I'm going to be no help. Just going to speed things up here. Now we've sort of put things on fast forward here for a bit. I'm still repairing. I get my repairs done and swing out to the back. And this road to my left heads down towards their spawn, and I see it is an M24 sitting up on its side. I have no idea how that M24 ended on its flank, but I will not suffer him to live. And it actually takes me 3 rounds to finally destroy him. Of course, it's an M24. So I come down here, and I see an M4, and I take him inside. Perfect spot to get him. I destroy him. I'm starting to get a taste for the blood. I see that T-50 up there. T-50s are pretty good light tanks for the Soviets. And I destroy the T-50. Then I decide, discretion's the better part of valor, that all those tanks that I've just destroyed are going to be spawning up there, and they know exactly where I am, so I want to get out of there. So I back down the road. Turn myself around, and I notice that there appears to be a Sherman, that M4A3 with the 105 coming down the road. Fire, bounce off of him. I need to get him in the side, so I charge him. And boom, I set him on fire. Now, I don't think this guy has any fire extinguishers left, because he doesn't do anything for that fire the whole time I'm trying to hit him. I did take out his turret crew, which bought me a little bit of time, but I'm having a hard time lining up a shot. He was smart coming up there, because he has really good front armor, and I can't do anything. But once I get around him, I can start doing things. So he's just burning. I think his tank crews, his turret crew's still not up. I put another round into him. I was shooting for the ammo, but didn't get it. But he finally burns down. Move on. So I think, yes, I take a little ride up here. I don't normally come up here. When you go on top of hills, everyone can see you and shoot at you and kill you. So I generally don't come up here, but for some reason I decided to take a little trip. I thought someone was in this area here. I thought there was a T-34 up here, but there wasn't. So I start exploring. For some reason, there I am. I get this little dead area here. I come up, and I'm sort of looking into their spawn. I shoot that AA gun, and finish them off with my machine guns. Hit that M16 over there. Put a shell into him. 2 kills, and decide I need to get out of here. At one point, I thought somebody fired at me from what would be my left now, my hull left now, but I didn't see anybody. See, I had the M2A4 heading for the cap point, but I come over, and there's a Panzer IV that I doesn't expect an M24 to drop down from a cliff on him, but managed to hit him on the way down. So that that M2's trying to take the point. You see him decapping the point. So I'm going to come up here, and I got him. I'm behind him, but he's rotating around to face me. But I just put a round straight to the tank. I'm going to recap the point. I'll speed things up here a little. Here comes the Stu 42. Great tank, slow fire rate, but a great little tank destroyer. And a Panzer III. Don't ever underestimate a Panzer III. They're fast, their guns are okay. The upper armored ones are pretty tough. But come down here, and I'm always watching my map and my kill feed. Something I learned from the streamers. Watch your kill feed and see if you can see where your tanks are dying. Because when your tanks are dying, there's bound to be an enemy there. So I see a little fight happening between the enemy Panzer III and us. And the first thing I think of is, I'm going to hide. So I put the hill between us, but then decide he's actually fighting somebody down on the road below him. So I come down this little path. This is the path I always take. And he's going away from me. Put one through his engine. He's immobilized. Now I'm going to concentrate on his turret. Put one into the back of his turret. This little Panzer III comes up, but I think I'm able to knock him off. Yeah, I put him out of the game. I'm going to spin around. I'm starting to notice somebody taking the point closest to us, the C point. So as you see the bar up at the top, blue means we've got a lot left. So a little bit of red means the game's almost over. But somebody's taking the point close to us, so I'm going to head out to try to do something about it. Again, the whole time, I'm down 2 crewmen, and I'm damaged a bit. And again, that Puma, that shot was perfect. The only thing he was showing me was his turret. He just ate the shot I took on him. Just bounced right off his mountain handle, just barely scratched him. But he put 2 in me, took out my whole turret crew. I look down there and there's a Chinu. I hate Chinus. The inexplicably strong Japanese tank. You'd think the Japs could have rolled us with that tank. But I come down here, I get to the point, I'm right on his flank. So I just end his little reign of terror. Now, off over here you see a Whirlwind. Most feared German tank. Put a shot into the Whirlwind, and then he gets mad at me and tries to hit me. At this range, he's not going to pin me, but that ends the game. All in all, again, the M24 is just fun as heck to play. All the 3.7s are really fun. I really encourage you to, if you like computer games and you like World War II tanks, Warthunder. It's free to play. Pick it up. Just have fun with it. All have a great day. Bye-bye.